What's good, y'all? It's HB Punch and Profit. We're going to break down some of the price action this morning in the Nasdaq, January 13th, 2025. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe if you're new. If you want to see one of the live executions I had today, you can click on the link in the description below. We're going to continue our experiment with this newly added 50K Express account with Top Step, another account with Top Step. I told myself that we're only going to use micros for this one because I want to show you guys the power of micros and how they can change your life if you're patient, consistent, and disciplined. Okay, you don't need to try to make thousands of dollars a day. I don't even know why you want to do that. You're going to be stressed out. You're going to get a heart attack eventually, and you're going to blow out your accounts. It's just not sustainable. It's like drinking a bunch of Red Bulls and coffees every day and thinking that you're going to be all right, okay, in the long run. It's just not going to happen. It's not sustainable, and it's probably not going to be good for you in a variety of ways. But, like I said, patient, consistent, discipline. In a few months, you can drastically change your life just by using micros, right? You can take your first payout from one account, okay, and then you can get multiple accounts, and then you can copy trade them all. Now you do the math: $300 over 10 accounts, $300 over 5 accounts. You do the math. Tell me how much money you're making. $300 in a day, $337 in a couple hours of trading. To me, that's more than enough, right? How many people get to make $337 in about 2 hours of work? Yeah. So, put things into perspective. I know you get used to trading, you can make 1,000, you can make 2,000 here and 3,000 there, but is it sustainable? And do you really need to aim for that? And if you're patient enough and reinvest, you can make that across multiple accounts without having to risk. Okay, a lot. You can spread the risk over multiple accounts and then compound how much you're making over multiple accounts. So I mean, patience, consistent discipline, lay the foundation down, and it will come to you. And you can change your life drastically. 337. How many people would die to have 337 extra dollars in about 1 to 2 hours of work? Okay, added to their income. It'd be life changing for a lot of people. So put it into perspective. Don't get greedy. That's the problem with trading. It can turn into degenerative gambling if you're not careful. Okay, and you're gonna look down the line if you keep on blowing out accounts, you keep on trying to make thousands of dollars a day. You're gonna look down the line in 3 years and say, if I just was patient using micros and got lost in the process, okay, instead of getting lost in the money, I would have been profitable by now. My life would have changed. I could have quit my day job, right? But if you go in there trying to knock home runs every day, well, you're probably going to quit trading and you're going to hate it. So, first things, oh, one last thing, let's pray for California. One of my homes, and hearing, Altadena has completely burnt down in the Palisades. It's devastating. It looks like Hiroshima and Nagasaki over there. It's sad to hear that people are losing their homes and their belongings, and some even lost loved ones. So prayers out to them. I wish the best for them. So first things first, higher time frame. We look on the daily 4 hour, 1 hour when we get on the charts roughly before the opening, and I'm seeing neutral price action. I'm seeing neutral price action. And when it's neutral, I'm looking for buys or sells, or I'm waiting for price action to play out to give me an idea of where it wants to go. Now I would say it's leaning bullish. Okay, because we do have a new week opening gap roughly above this high, and maybe it wants to fill that, but at the same time, right, the midnight opening was roughly around this swing high, and that can act as that can set the high for the day or the low for the day sometimes. So that's why it was kind of neutral. Plus there were some things showing there was bearish order flow on the hourly time frame, and some things showing that it was bullish. So when you have that, just understand you need to be very modest. Do not over leverage. You should never be over leveraging. Manage your risk, right? Get in and get out, and if you make money, be done. I'm done. 337. I don't want to trade past 12. Okay, $337 a day. Imagine you can do that Monday through Friday, you guys. How many people would love to make $337 in about 2 hours of work? maybe not even that, 1 hour. Okay, that would drastically change people's lives. And you're out here trying to shoot for $5,000 a day, okay, and you're redlining it. And just put things into perspective, man. Okay, 337 over multiple accounts, that's a lot of money. All right, so neutral, unless we get some signs that the market wants to go somewhere, and then it gives us a definitive bias. And when we're neutral, we're looking for buys or sells, or we're just waiting. Okay, so first signal that shows is roughly at the 9 after the 9:30 opening. You have this bearish fair value gap overlapped by this bullish one. Okay, so there's our inversion. We get our advanced market structure shift. Now, because it's kind of a rangy day, seek and destroy type price action, we get a candle close. We got to deal with some drawdown. If you're not over leveraged and you're using like one micro at most two, okay, you're only like $50 down if you're using one micro. If you're using two, maybe less than 150, 100, right? You can deal with that. If you're on minis, you're dead. Okay. We aim for one-to-ones on days like these where we have a neutral bias, because the market's going to want to bounce up and down, and it's going to want to find those stops. So when that is the case, okay, even if I put my swing low down here, I would have gotten a one-to-one. Boom. One-to-one. And eventually, even, let's say, yeah, one-to-one. One-to-one would have been good. Like I said, days like these, seek and destroy, neutral, one-to-one. Okay, now you can manage your stop at your discretion. Maybe you keep it below the inversion where it occurred. Maybe you keep it above it. You would have been stopped out this time. Maybe you keep it close to advanced market structure. I always tell you guys, if you're going to move the stop up from the swing low, just understand you're going to take some losses, but that's managing risk. Okay, now if you keep it at the swing low or the swing high like this, you would have gotten your one to one. Another thing you can do, aim for a certain, I like to aim for a certain amount of points. Like, I can make 25 points consistently a day. I know I can knock that off when I get my signal. Or I make 50, or I make 100. Pick a certain amount of points and base your trade. So let's say, let's go 35 points. I want 35 points today. It's a seek and destroy day. I'm going to base my stop off of the 35 points I'm aiming for. Okay, so I'm going to aim for a one-to-one. So there you go. If you do your one-to-one, I'm aiming for 35 points. It worked out in that scenario. All right. So there's many ways you can work that stop, right? Or in your take profit. It's all how you want to frame it. I like to use points. Okay, I aim for a certain amount of points, and then I base my stop off of that. Okay, some people, like I said, keep it simple, swing low, swing high, but if you do that, do not over leverage. Now, there was a trade going back down here. I can draw it up. There was an inversion in here. There's volume imbalances. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty details of this one. Okay, but there was an inversion here. Volume imbalance. Okay, let's see. You had your advanced market structure shift roughly right here. And I'm pretty sure you could have gotten a one-to-one off of this, even if you kept your stop at the swing high. Let's see. Yeah, one-to-one right there. If you kept it simple, you just put one micron. Let's see how much drawdown you would have to take. Okay, about $60, right? Something like that. You would have been down, and then boom, you would have melted down to your take profit at one-to-one. So you could have made money up, make money going down. We come back up here. I'm pretty sure you probably could have made something on this leg back up. You have an inversion, okay, and you get the advanced market structure shift, and depending on how you frame the trade from the advanced market structure shift, there was 78 points. And you don't need to aim for 78 points, okay? It can be less than that. Like I said, maybe you aim for 30 again. If you aim for 30 points, okay, you aim for 30 points, long position, 30 points, you'd have done just fine. 1 to 1, little to no drawdown, boom, you hit it. And the beauty of this is you keep rinse, lather, and repeat. You start to perfect your process and figure out what you need. And then eventually, if you want to, and you have the capital to, you can get on the minis, right? But you have to perfect this process. You need the repetition. And if you're using minis all the time, you're going to be blowing out your damn accounts and you're not going to get that repetition. And you're not going to be comfortable enough to let these trades play out the way they need to. And you're going to think there's something wrong with your strategy. So, or you can just keep on doing this with the micros. And that's why we're using this account to show you what can be done. Okay, so it looks like there was another inversion. Like I said, this is a neutral day, so as expected. And if you frame your trades properly, inversion, advanced market structure shift, okay, let's see how much points it could have offered you. It offers you 72 points. So imagine, once again, I just want to get my 30 points, short position. Okay, we put our stop 30 points above, and we put our take profit. We're aiming for a 1 to 1. Another 1 to 1 hits easy. So imagine if you just did one micro and you nailed all these trades. Okay, 100, 200, 3, or, well, if you're aiming for 30, I would have to do the math on that. But I'm sure you're probably making over $200 a day. So let's see. Yeah, like $250 right here off of each of these trades. Boom, 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 boom. If you're just aiming for 30 points. And you can aim for more than that. You can aim for less than that. I mean, each of these legs offered you pretty good 87 points. Okay. 71 points. So what I'm telling you is it doesn't need to be. It can be more than that, right? But just keep it modest. Keep it a 1 to 1. Just want to offer. I mean, each of these is offering you plus 70 points, and it might do it here again, right? Looks like an inversion. This may be another play right here. Who knows? Inversion. Maybe aim for 30 points. Okay. 30, 30. And who knows? Maybe it'll offer you another $60. Say you're using just one micro. Inversion. Right here. Advanced. Now, I don't know if it's going to play out that way with this. And remember, you obviously want to keep this within your key time periods like your macros or your silver bullet hour. But you catching the drift here. Now, like I said, neutral day. So, you know, days like these, get in, get out, make your money. I don't need to do all this. I just take one of them and I'm done. Okay? Or you can take all of them, right? But just stay on the micros. So this is the beauty and the power of it. This is HB, Punch and Profit. Comment down below, like the video, subscribe if you're new. Peace.